Yeah! Well, now the gavel's calling. Let's get this session started. Hey, folks, grab a seat. It's time to get the scoop. Bakers in session serving justice with a whoop. From sunny Cali courts to the heartland's dusty halls, we'll spin the yarns of trials big and small. Oh, Baker in session, tales old and brand new. Some make you laugh, some will leave you in a stew. Gavels dropping beats, witnesses take the stand. Join the fun, y'all, across this great land. Hey. Classic papers like OJ or that moonshine bust. Fresh headlines steaming hot, in Baker we trust. Murder in the Midwest, scams down south so sly. We'll break it down with grins, no need to cry. East Coast embezzlers, West Coast wild rides. Supreme Court showdowns where the big shots collide. From petty thefts to plots that twist and turn, Baker's got the stories that'll make you learn and burn. Oh, Baker in session, tales old and brand new. Some make you laugh, some will leave you in a stew. Gavels dropping beats, witnesses take the stand. Join the fun, y'all, across this great land. Famous folks in hot seats, underdogs who win. We'll cheer the verdicts, dive right in. Coast to coast adventures in the name of the law. Baker's here to share it without a single flaw. Hit subscribe, don't miss the legal ride. Baker in session where the labs collide. Hey, how radio roll.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you are, what if any you might be, and welcome to this crazy time to stream, except if you are living in Europe, where it's 10 to 11, or if you're living in Australia, where you're probably ready to get your tea right now. And I know it's a stupid hour and it's killing my algorithm to do these shows, but I got a little heated. Oh, thank you so much for showing up. I got a little heated this morning, as I do sometimes when I go on the Twittwats. And then I went to the gym and did my exercises. And I kept thinking about it because as I have... Guten Morgen. As I have said a couple of... I hope you are baked. I've seen a lot of people jumping on the Lindsay Kitani is the victim ride. It's a different ride than most other men has jumped on. Talking about Grandy. Well, it's a perfect time. But, oh, good. Nice to have a Massachusetts here. But I've said it multiple times when I read her stupid Substacks, when I have watched her Twitwats, that Lindsay Gitani is a trap. Not in the meaning that she has a little dingaling. I have no confirmation of that. But she is, and for those of you who don't know, that's internet speak for a cross-dresser. But in the meaning that in the last 3 weeks, Lindsay has done the good old grift. She has jumped on the, hey, did you know I have all the inside scoops and I'm going to tell everyone about everything. And I'm actually a good girl, don't you know? Because I don't like Kate Peters either. Well, Kate Peter, I know. I don't know why I always call her Kate Peters. I will do that in a thumbnail again today, but I don't. I'll try and fix that because hey, it's a good old cruster. But she's been writing that for the last 3 weeks, where she's constantly coming out saying, "Hey, guys, I have all of this information. I really want to share it with you, but could you pay me 20, 40, $100 then I'll make a Substack. Well, it's going to take 3 days, and oh, whoopsie, I made it wrong, and oh, I really wish I could share all of my evidence, and I really want you all to believe that I am reformed. The only thing she still hasn't done is say, I put Aidan in prison because I was angry I couldn't get finger blasted anymore. I let Kate Peters and Jen McCabe use me like the high school football team did. But sadly, whenever she puts something up on the Twittwat with the new information that she's giving, more and more people are like, "Oh yeah, it sounds. Oh yeah, they used you, and oh, it's so." So just like Admiral Akbar, I'm saying this is a trap. Wallstorm, you know, you're only looking because it'll fix your morning wood problem. It's her fault for having a first name as a last name. Yes, there must be an S on them. I make the jack off moth. What? Don't jack off to my show. This is incredibly inappropriate. I know it is, Grandy, but I'm going to bring her on screen in 2 seconds, and you can do what you need to do. Good morning. She looks better than ever, and you know it. Well, filters are a joy. I also look way more tanned than I am in real life. No, Sharon P. No, I said I have no evidence of that. It was a joke because Admiral Akbar says it's a trap. There are 2 people in chat right now who understands what I'm saying when I say Admiral Akbar and a trap. Not that trap. Again, I don't think so because I don't know if you can finger blast a trap. I'm not saying anything legally blonde. I'm just saying, hey, if you feel the need to flick the bean and you want to use my face. She apologized to the Turtle Riders and the Free Karen readers. No, she never ever did. And that's the funny part about all of this. I don't have my wig on. But this is the one she put out yesterday and got me a little heated this morning. In addition to the statement below, Jen McCabe instructed Kate Peter to remove 2 of McCabe's own relatives from the Discord group long before I was kicked out. Jen McCabe was angry that information was getting out. Jen discovered they had been speaking to Krusty. I don't know who Krusty is. Apparently, it's some online drama thing. Keep me out of it. I don't go there. And telling her things. Jen's 2 family members, who was later kicked out of the Discord group, had a group phone call, which I was part of. During that call, and I love that her fonts change all the time, they expressed their concern about Jen McCabe making bad decisions, such as having Krusty involved and speaking for their family. I agree. Don't have the Kruster be your spokesperson. These 2 family members confided with those in the group phone call that they thought Krusty was a huge liability. She is huge. And could end up ruining everything for their family. And I can fat shame because I'm fat. One of these 2 family members was also the one that contacted Michael Morrissey over and over again until he felt pressured enough to make a public statement. No one deserves harassment, but Michael Morrissey making the public statement he did was completely inappropriate on every level. No disagreement. No district attorney should ever make a statement where he defends specific witnesses due to said witnesses' power, status, connection, and or financial means. I agree with her in that part. If that doesn't constitute a complete bias, I don't know what does. As a district attorney, unless you're going to make statements like that for every single witness who gets harassed, then what the hell is he doing? That should never have happened. Money talks, at least in Norfolk County. And then I don't know if this is what she claims is a direct quote, which it can't be because it's not a quote. It's just some information that she put in brackets. Jen McCabe spoke with Brian Tully multiple times per week, according to her and her family members, and he would give her inside information about the very case she was testifying in, as well as Turtle Boy's cases and ongoing investigations. I was with her at least once and witnessed one of these phone calls myself. I don't know what all of this crapiola is. The format of the last piece here looks like it's coupled together. Sharon P., I'm 71, but extreme naive. Hey, better ask, and you don't have to pay me money to ask, but thank you so much. Sometimes I make fun of stuff, and it might fly over people's head because I have a weird, ironic way of speaking. Thank you for clarifying, Legally Blonde. You know how it goes. They tell Krusty, and Krusty tells two friends, and so on and so on and so on. I still don't know who Krusty is, and I don't want to know, because apparently then I'm getting doxxed, and I'll have my cat boiled or something like that. Hey, Fubo. It's a direct quote. This is why I put those brackets there. I mean, that's why Lindsay put those brackets there. Yeah, Grandy had nothing to do with this. But again, you can't. Who are you quoting? That's the problem. Is it Lindsay who witnessed the phone calls, or is it someone else who witnessed these phone calls? Yeah, Hey, Mala. But this is the thing. What she did here was write a lot of words. What didn't she do with any of the information she has here? She has never, and I mean never, in any of her revelations against Krusty, ever shown one screenshot, one piece of evidence. She hold up some emails because she can't figure out, Grant, help her, how to put it on screen so people can see it, but you can trust her. It's all real. It's all there. And she knows all of these things. And she knows that the McCabe families, where one of them didn't pay his taxes, has so much money and influence that they are the one who sway Michael Morrissey. I would believe it's more because, hey, it's a cop family. Cops have the thin blue line and all of this crap. But this is the big problem I see with people trying to believe Lindsay. She never, ever gives us any proof of anything. It's just Lindsay out here trying to finagle money out of people. As a grifter, I do approve. By insinuating I have all this evidence, she has never, ever proven any of her allegations. Do I believe that Jen McCabe and Krusty O'Pandies had a way too close relationship? Absolutely, I do. Do I think they use Krusty the same way Karen Reed used Aidan? Yes. The only problem is Krusty is like running around with an armed nuclear bomb, where Aidan is more of a hand grenade sized that can make a little bit of noise. Krusty will blow up the entire universe if she has the chance to do it. But I just hope that all of these, and I know you are nice people who supported Karen Reed. And right now there's people out there who is hating on Aidan and hating on Will and hating on Mike and hating on, I don't know who we're hating on. I don't get the spreadsheet every morning, so I don't know who I hate today, but I hate them with a passion of 1,000 suns. But the problem is, this lady is going around and getting love bombed now because, hey, I hate Aidan too. I was in it for Karen, and I don't like the way Aidan does. And I believe all these weird people who just popped up and never wrote a tweet till 2025 and now has all these deep inside knowledges about Aidan. And she's going after them. And sadly, it seems to be working. More and more people go into all of her tweets and say, oh, yeah, I trust you. As I always say, no matter if it's me talking about a trial, if it's another content content creator saying, hey, I heard this about this person. Always trust but verify. And we can't verify any of all of her informations. She has nothing. Yeah. Freedom of speech. You can have all the freedom of speech you will, but I don't need to listen to you. That's the thing all these people don't get, because a lot of people go in and scream that, hey, I got blocked in this and this chat. I can block every one of you if I want. I don't have a obligation to listen. You have freedom of speech. You can yell whatever you will in your living room. You can type whatever you will on the internet. But freedom of speech doesn't mean that you have an obligation to listen to people. I think a lot of people misunderstand what freedom of speech is, because I don't have an obligation to give you the platform to use your free speech on. I can't stop you from making your own YouTube channel, and you can say whatever you want or your own Twittwat, but I don't have to give you my platform to give free speech. And that's a lot of people are missing that important part right now, because they are all up in arms whenever they get blocked. Hey, I had people yell at me just because I unfollowed them. People are a little sensitive these days. It's because you got the swag. Who's Grande? Grande is the towel. He is probably right now the greatest undercover people journalist who ever existed. Some people, me included, has called him a gonzo journalist who rivals that guy from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. He is a monumental change in journalism. I think he will be the new leader in journalism. He's deep diving on stuff that no one else sees. Some people claims it's because he might have brain injuries and smoked too much weed. I think it's because he's too evolved to be understood. It's easy to lead a flock of morons astray, but the sad thing is I also see people who I know not to be morons thinking, hey, maybe the good old Lindsay wasn't that bad. But she still hasn't retracted any of her statements. She still hasn't said, I worked with Tully to get Aidan. I was the honey trap that caught Aidan and put him 60 days in prison. I'm sorry Aidan went 60 days to prison. No, she keeps saying he raped him. She keeps saying he's a drug addict. She laughs at her infirm boyfriend talking about how Aidan is going to be raped in prison. But at the same time, she's crying victim over on the Twittwat. And I'm just afraid too many people are too good. So they don't go in there and say, girl, yeah, you can come out and say, hey, I have the inside scoop on something. But if you never show it, why should I believe you? You have never, ever given me any reason to trust you. No reason. And now all of a sudden you're claiming that, I have knowledge of. She doesn't name the people from Jen McCabe's family who was kicked out of the group. Why doesn't she? Because then I could call them and say, hey, do you want to talk to me about this? Is this true? There's never any verifiable facts put into anything. You know, Krusty isn't going to go out and say, yeah, I got a total makeover and got dentures paid for by Jen McCabe. So you can just make that allegation. But this woman sadly has more and more people believing her. And I think that's a big problem. Hey, Cindy Lou Woohoot. Under the right conditions, everyone can become a moron. And I think that's more the problem, because there's a lot of good people out there. I'm a cold-hearted bastard. I don't trust, I don't believe. I like to see it in writing before I jump on anything. But there's a lot of good people out there who says, well, she wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. And hey, Aidan went a little rough on her, apparently in the stall 3 at the bar as well. Maybe, and I don't like Aidan because he has a potty mouth. So maybe she's right, and he was the bad guy. But it doesn't change the fact that this woman has never, ever done anything. After Karen Reed was found not guilty, remember when she showed up with her camel toe outside of court? Yeah, I know Grandy, remember. Showed up with her camel toe and had the Twisted Tragedies look after her kids. Remember when she got to court so Aidan couldn't be in court? She was a willing participant because she got angry when Aidan didn't want to date her anymore. She let herself be used. And I have a hard time thinking that a zebra can change its stripes. But this is what she's doing right now on the Twittwat. She's showing everyone that, oh, I am the second coming of Mother Teresa. I was used. I'm the victim. Everyone. And I'm being sued, and there's no reason for it. I bet you right now, if she went to Aidan's lawyer and said, I'm going to sign under the pains of perjury an affidavit stating I called Aidan over because I was told by Brian Tolley, who I was in contact with all night, to try and lure him to my apartment to break his restraining order so I could get him in trouble. They could send him in prison. I believed, because I had been so drunk, that it was involuntary, but I now know Aidan did not grape me. I have no proof that Aidan uses Adderall in any other way than prescribed by a doctor, because these are claims that would really fall in favor of Aidan. And Aidan never ever tossed me on a couch and hurt me that night. If she went and gave a written deposition, yeah, she could probably get in some trouble with the Commonwealth. I'm not sure they would. But she doesn't. She never recanted any of her allegations. She's just making allegations against new people now with the same weight of evidence. Absolutely nothing but trust me, bro. And that's why I don't believe her. You forgot the camel toe? Once you see it, you can't see it. Hey, Rianne. I like to see video evidence before I believe anything. I at least want to see screenshots, even though screenshots can be manipulated. We all know that. We've been in the game long enough. So can video, especially with new AI. But if you don't produce at least some screenshots of you being in this Discord group where all of this information was shared, if you don't show some DMs about how you communicated with all of these people and they set you up for anything, how can I believe you? I have told many a time about how I have drank beer with the King of Denmark back when he was still a crown prince. There's no photo evidence of it. So should you believe me? Did I really? Or did he stand in the officers' mess all night and was hobnobbing with all the fancy guys? It's a good story for me. You can't disprove it because you weren't in Camp HQ and Doughboy back in 2001, 2002, 2000, sorry. But I have no photographic evidence. There might be some. I bet you some of the ladies have some photos, but I can tell you every story I want. And sadly, when you are a part of these movements or you're a player in these movements, especially now, because when did Lindsay come back? Right before all the drama dropped. As soon as all the drama dropped, she started turning on Krusty really hard. And a lot of the people who all of just found out, oh, by the way, I've hated Aidan Carney for the last 3 years, totally hated him. They said, oh, but we don't like Krusty either. And here's a lady who doesn't like Aidan. Oh, maybe she is the one. Hey, Ghislaine Leguerre. And Tessia. The Commonwealth doesn't seem to prosecute many actual criminals, so she'll probably be fine. I don't think they want the backlash of charging, and how could maybe some perjury charges, but hey, they won't do that. never know who she has loyalties to. She has loyalties to herself. And that's the thing where I say, don't believe that a zebra can change its stripes, because how does she treat her baby daddy? She has 3 kids with that shaking old guy. She uses him to attack Aidan because and this is just my speculation based on the videos I've seen, she's still madly in love with Aidan. He's the one that got away because she didn't get to end it her way. So she will forever be chasing that rabbit. So now she's using Frank, who she put in prison multiple times, breaking restraining orders, to attack Aidan in horrible videos where Frank is shaking like a leaf and sitting there making jokes about Aidan going to prison and being raped. According to everything we heard before, him and Aidan were friendly to each other in prison because they shared a common enemy. Now he's back getting to poke the little honey trap, and all of a sudden Aidan is a poser, he's wearing a bandana. Don't trust her just because she, with the help of old Grandy the Towel, is out here on the Twittwat showing you another side of herself. Never ever believe they changed, because she never recanted any of the old stuff she said. She never said anything about, I actually was lying when I said Karen Reed was guilty and a cop killer. She never retracted that either. She never retracted anything against Aidan. But I am to believe that she's now all of a sudden, anti the McCapes. If she has this information she's claiming, but not showing, she will be the lead witness for Karen Reed against the McCabe family. If Jen McCabe was sitting, pulling all the strings, making sure people got indicted, if she knows everything, Lindsay Gattani will be pulled into the Karen Reed civil suit against Jen McCabe as well. Because doesn't that show that she's sitting and trying to cover up stuff by leading these online witches where they have to go? Law Girls, Not Attorneys podcast. What does Krusty have court for today? It's a jury selection and I think an evidentiary hearing at jury selection is how it's on the docket. By the way, I saw you say to Will that you wanted to talk about Kelsey Fitzsimmons. I know I'm just a small potato, but if you have some, of course, verified facts, not all the local town rumors, but I would love to have a chit chat and maybe we could do something. I followed you on the Twittwat today, so maybe you can, if you wanna. No pressure. I'm just gonna cry in fetal positions if you don't want to talk to me. Hey, Kimberly McGuire, how are you doing? Well, triathlon, as we call it in Denmark. Yeah, always empty your bowels. I once had an interview with not an interview. It was in a policy meeting, political meeting, where we had the yearly, hey, everyone come together and clap of the leader. She's such a great person. And they had a guy who won Olympic gold in rowing. And he said he had this ritual, no matter how much he peed before, he always had to pee right before the start, because mentally that was what gave him the edge. I thought it was weird, but they do stuff like that. LG admitted to all of that would be beautiful, but it won't happen in our lifetime. No, and that's why I'm saying don't trust her. Don't think that she has changed. She's still the same old town bicycle that's squeaking in one wheel and need a little grease. But she's out here trying to grift all of us to believe, I changed. I'm good now. I'm not that bad person. It's all the other people who just used little old. I have no agency in my own life. I'm a little victim. How many times do you think she has done that in front of the cops when she have gotten restraining orders against Frankie? Done the, but I'm such a little woman. I can't do nothing. Please, someone help me. And because there's just as many horny judges as there's horny YouTubers, these judges have said, "Oh yeah, poor little woman says, hey, great girl, I have all the documents." Let's talk about it. Please have it. Massa is having one Sunday at 6 p.m. I can't do that. That's midnight. I would love to do it. Where is this meeting? I'm going to nominate a brave single mother of four. Towel has put all his trust in that old bike. Grandy, 2, 3, 4 guys down the road, you will get your V card punched on this old bicycle. And Squappy gave welcome to the Muffin Tubs Law Girls, Not Attorneys podcast, because Squappy just gifted you a membership. I was looking into Irish fireman accused of rape in Boston. He came across the pond for St. Patty's Parade. There's also a cop who, I don't know if he, no, I think he's still in prison, who raped a 13-year-old boy. Hey, crazy buzzer mom. 100% her looks will fail soon and it won't work. She is just pretty enough still that she can pull it off with enough makeup and enough whatever you ladies do. I don't understand it, but I know you can take 10 years off your face in 5 minutes. I wish I could do that, but as a 27-year-old, I don't need to take 10 years off because then I'll be too young to be on the YouTubes. But she's a pretty girl. I'm not gonna lie. When she's not looking like she's drunk out or high or whatever it is, she's pretty. She's probably I don't know, a 6 or a 7, and with my looks, hey, I should be so lucky. I should be so lucky in love, but it's just my imagination, so that's not gonna happen. But the thing is, most guys, if you were out drinking and this one came up to you, looks a little drunk in this one, and she came up to you and said, "Oh, Papi, I like you," you would fall for it because men are idiots. We think with the small head sometimes, and when we think with the small head, there's not blood enough to use the big head. Yes, old Krusty is going to trial today. Do you ever watch Grish on YouTube? I don't know what Grish is, so I'll have to say no. I watch a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of stuff out there, and there's a lot of things that I don't get recommended. So I might write it down and watch it later if it's good. If you can recommend it, I can take a look at it. Sorry, I was just having a little weird out. Highlights and contour work wonders. Yeah, well, I'm way redder than I am in real life because of course I turn off the color on my so I don't look gray. I live in Scandinavia. From now on until April, I won't see the sun. If it was so that easy to look young and pretty. Well, you're a pretty lady as well, Pixie. It's don't put your light under a bushel, as we say in Denmark. It's called a facial. No, comes later. She's a Belmont 7 and a Canton 11. How dare you objectify my lover? I don't know any of these places. They sneak in there sometimes. But you can. We all seen that video with the lady who has no teeth and then put on a push-up bra and does whatever you can do with your face and put in some teeth, and she looks like a supermodel. I know it's lighting. I know it's all the good posturing and stuff like that. I don't know how to do that. That's clear. It's the same with the guys at the gym when they're standing there trying to. Oh, now I can see a little bit. She just needs a hug. No, I think she probably needs an exorcism. That's what I think is most needed for this lady, because again, she's out here trying to play, oh, I have changed, but we have seen no change. And she's out here saying, I have all of this evidence. I can prove all of this. But we haven't seen any of that proof so far. That's my big problem is she keeps telling you that, oh, I'll make a new Substack and I'll prove to you that Krusty is talking to Krusty and they are all talking to Jen, but there's never any proof other than trust me, bro. And if I have learned anything the last 2.5 weeks on the Twittwat is never trust a bro. Either your DMs will come out or someone will tell something. It's amazing that no one on the anti side have had a meltdown like the Free Karen Read side. And we were the ones who was right. You don't see all of their text messages floating around out there. It almost seems like someone is trying to do something. I am not losing weight. I am not losing weight, sadly. Belmont is where the rich kids live. Canton kids wish they could be Belmont kid. Well, Colon isn't he a big guy? You were telling everyone that Wendy was the prettiest. I wish I still look good with makeup on and younger too. Most of you ladies are extremely beautiful, especially au natural, not meaning some clothing, but just in yourself, because you're very intelligent and you're very lovely. And yeah, you can put on a pretty face and you can meet me at a bar at 3 a.m. where my eyes are doing this. And yeah, I would think, oh my God, someone is showing me attention. But the problem is with town bicycles like Old Linzer, you only take them for a short ride. They are never going to come home with you, get a new set of tires. You're going to make sure that you oil the chain and you do all the right stuff to keep it in good working order. No, people like Lindsay are the ones you'll say, I need a little bit of exercise. I'm going to ride around the block once. And then you find out, no, the seat isn't really good. The handlebars are all crooked. It keeps screaming in my face every time I try to shift the gears. No, it's just as crazy as it was the last time. I'm going to put it back in the garage. And then in 2-3 years, I'm going to go one night thinking, oh, I had that cool bike out in the garage. I'm just going to ride it again. And then you'll remember, no, it's still crazy. Where all of you wonderful women, all women be crazy, but so be men. You have a lot more to offer because you have beauty on the inside. And I know something to say. Hey, Gigi Hadid or whoever is the current hottest lady in the world also have an ex-boyfriend who thinks, oh my God, she's so fucking stupid. And I think most men, especially 27 years and older like me, we really want intelligent companions instead of having beautiful companions. I know all the rich guys want to have a 22-year-old they can bang, but they have to listen to her for the next 23 hours and 59 minutes. Do you really have you talking to a 22-year-old? I would rather watch a full Grandy and Twisted Tragedies mix up on YouTube. I would watch a 12-hour fundraiser for Lindsay Gaetani hosted by Grant and Twisted rather than talk to a 22-year-old. And I have a 21-year-old daughter. They are dumb. Hey, Queen Olivier. Well, I just think because I can see a lot of it also on the Twittwat where people are putting themselves down. And you don't have to. You are nice people. Hey, Harry. Wie geht's dir heute? Und gute Vormittag. Do you say that? Lindsay only parks in the garage when she thinks she hit something, but that's privileged information. Yeah, you need to buff that out before people come looking. It's a little more rusty. It got a little more dings. It's still fun to ride for a night or two. But again, back in the garage. I'm intelligent and not ugly, but I like the pizza and cake. Well, the thing is, yeah, we all like some eye candy, but have you ever? This is why I say that all that roid rage people are talking about with bodybuilders, it's not as much roid rage as it's oh, we have to have a 5% body fat. That makes people crazy. I don't like little chunk on the bones because it makes it more fun. Who wants to something that rattles? Hey, Stacia Blue. Have you missed much? No, I'm just warning people and say maybe make sure before you throw your love at Lindsay Gaetani like Grant does, that she's for real. Because I see her say all of these wonderful things on Twitter about all of this fantastic information she has, but I still haven't seen any confirmation that she has any of this information from anything other than her own mind. And I don't trust her. I just don't trust her. I think she's out here trying to thank you. I think she's just out here trying to grift the anti-Krusties and the anti-Aidans. But I don't. Have you seen women who run triathlons? How you pronounce it in English? They're skinny and they don't eat. I like someone who'll steal my French fries. I'll then swap her fingers because it's my French fries. She could just order it instead of the salad because I know she didn't want the salad. But someone who says, "Hey, buddy, it's 5 a.m. Let's go for a run." Not this fat guy. No, and again, my mom's last word to my dad was, "Did we do okay with the kids?" That was all she was worried for when she knew it was over. She'd been drifting in and out of not a coma, but still, she was unconscious because the big C was starting to eat her brain. And the only thing she woke up, was awake for a split second, looked at my dad, who was at her side. After 42 years, the only thing she said is, "Did we do okay by the kids?" And I think that's beautiful. That's love. Because they made those kids together. And that's all she worried for. That was her kids would be in a good place even when she wasn't there. Now I'm getting a little teary-eyed. Is Krusty's court date being televised? No, it's not. There's no television station going to see it. We are working on getting the Zoom link like we did last time. I was the only one who had the Zoom link for Krusty's court appearance. Sadly, not a lot of people watched that. You should watch that because she looks like she's pregnant. But if I get the Zoom link, I will. Well, I will do a stream tomorrow today at 9, where we we'll try and cover it if we get the Zoom link. But stay tuned. Tune in. The Reed case is over, and yet the anti-Karen Reed crowd can't get over that fact that she was proven not guilty. No, they come every day and demand that I disprove Celebrite, that I disprove the car hit something. So I don't need to disprove anything. A jury didn't find it believable. They didn't go beyond a reasonable doubt. Yeah, but did you, and the freezer and the phone, and I don't care. I was in agreement with the jury. It's you people who are wrong. She's not going back on trial. Well, she's going to prison. How? Well, the lawsuits. The only thing they might potentially try and get is that harassment of witnesses that the grand jury already said, no, go F yourselves. That's the only thing they can get her on. And it's not there. It has already been nixed by one grand jury. And if the grand jury won't indict, something is absolutely wrong. But they are so dumb, they believe that in a civil trial, you can go to prison. But again, they went to Cross and Twist Law Academy. It's not the best law academy in the lands. Yeah, that was beautiful for him to tell us. My dad's last words was, "It's not fun getting old." Also good wisdom, but it was a little bit weird when I tried to hold him up, and he was telling. I had some young guys trying to help me. He was about to fall over, and his heart was stopping. And he just looked at this kid while I was standing there holding him, and the kid was trying to hold his arms, saying, "Yeah, it's not fun getting old." And then he never said anything other than, "Ugh." So I said, "Yeah, yeah." It was very sweet. My mom, she was a cactus of a woman. She was very, very prickly sometimes, but nurturing on the inside. I'm leaving for Dedham as soon as my brother wakes up and moves his car. He better not have a girl in there. I thought your brother wasn't living at the house. Isn't he out being the biggest rapper on the planet? Is he moving back home? Not going to jail over civil lawsuit anyway, idiots. Yeah, but hey, have you met them, Wallstorm? They believe Twisted Tragedies is smarter than David Yannetti. Lindsay is a witness in any witness intimidation charges. We are back at stateless. Crop just doesn't. At stateless. Crop just doesn't. I'm not sure what I read this right. But yes, Lindsay is a witness, and she has put herself as a witness to all of the witness intimidation because they must have been talking about it in all of these groups that she claims she's a part of. Have they talked about suing Aidan? Have they talked about doing any of that stuff on the Twittwats or on the Discord? Then Lindsay, as I said earlier, for those of you who came in later, I will believe Lindsay the day she goes to Betterow or Bradle, sits down, gives them a recorded and written affidavit stating, I was enticed by Tully to lure Aidan to my house so he would break his restraining order and I could send him to prison. I did that because I was angry. He was banging someone else, not me, because that's where all of this stems from. He dumped her. She didn't like being dumped. 2, I have knowledge that Jen McCabe and Krusty Old Panties was working in collusion to try and set up Aidan and spread rumors about Karen Reed, trying to influence the jury so Karen Reed would be found guilty. 3, I have personal knowledge of Kate Peters being paid by Jen McCabe in cash, in couches, in teeth. I know that Krusty Panties worked as a special investigator for the Commonwealth. I have personal knowledge of her talking and discussing cases with Brian Tully. Until all of this, oh, and by the way, Aidan never did shit to me. Until all of this isn't a written affidavit signed by a notary public, all she is doing is BSing everyone because she's trying to get on the grift. Lindsay, buy a grifter t-shirt. If she really wanted to do something, she wouldn't be sitting on the Twittwat trying to say, I'm a good girl. She would actively try to save Aidan from what she put him through. She would cooperate as a witness for their defense. She would cooperate with Karen Reed in the case against the McAlberts. But all she is doing is trying to make you pay $20 to get her Substack. And there's nothing, no evidence of anything other than, hey, trust me, bro. And someone sent some email, and then Jen McCabe jumped on that email train. And I'm the victim, Jen McCabe is not. Don't trust Lindsay, is all I'm saying. If you're one of the people who think, well, I feel sorry for her, don't. Go watch the video where she's laughing about Aidan being raped in prison. Because that's the real Lindsay. The one she is putting out there on Substack is an intoxicated mess. The ones who goes on the Twittwat where Grandy is writing half of her posts seems kind of functioning in the brain department. But if you want to see Lindsay on drugs, making fun of Aidan, and Aidan being raped in prison. Because one thing is what you do online, another thing is what you do intoxicated. Because intoxication has this little bit of a problem. It brings out the real you. Trust me, I get very arrogant and very standoffish when I'm drunk. I'll be the guy standing in the corner and just look judgmental, and I don't dance. Other people will show how big of an asshole they are when they get drunk, because you can't hide on drugs. And anytime Lindsay is trying to convince you that, hey, I'm actually a good girl, go watch the videos of her making fun of Aidan, of her sitting with Frank, who she put in prison more times than Grandy gets to put anything into Lindsay. And see, that's the real person. Because one thing drugs are really good at is bringing out you. Because it'll take away your inhibitions. And we all have this veneer on us to try and be civil and try and act the right way. But when you get into a little bit of the nose candy or the drinky poos, all of a sudden that layer of veneer gets thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner. And all of a sudden, it's all you, baby. And a lot of people don't like who they are when they don't have that veneer on top of them. And if I was Lindsay Gattani and I watched my videos back where I'm slurring my words and Aidan's gonna be raped, I wouldn't like myself either. That's why I don't drink, because I might slip up and show some people I don't like them on YouTube's. Wallstorm, don't take this in any way. That's why I don't do it online, because I also have a few watertight things put in there so I don't say everything I believe. But again, go watch Lindsay and see if she's the victim when she's laughing at Aidan. Stateless, they don't have someone to prosecute the case. Oh, that's what meant. Okay, I was sorry. They are down to 9 days till they have to give them a new special prosector. Good luck with that one. Bigger is a handful when drunk. Trust me, I know. You like it when I get handsy. But do you play grab ass with another dude in the bar? I bet you don't. Ballstorm, what happens in Tennessee stays in Tennessee. What does Grant do beside post? He makes some of the greatest YouTube videos in history. I'm saying he is the... What's his name? The Gonzo journalist. Why can't I remember it now? Now I have to look it up because I forgot it. Hunter S. Thompson. He is the Hunter S. Thompson of this millennium. Hey, Judy, best daddy. I'm the most important person when I'm drunk. Yeah, I kind of have it that way. I'm just get away from me. Hey, Miss Lily. But yeah, this is now her income, so she has to drag it out for years. But she doesn't make money on it. That's the problem. If she wanted to make money, first of all, stay effing sober. Second of all, don't go hide on a Substack where 5 people will pay you $20 to jump on this. You have one of the hottest commodities out there right now. Grandy, no, that's not what I'm talking about. That's only you who is willing to pay top dollar for that. But you have the line that can unite. You hate Aidan and you hate Krusty. And right now, there's a lot of people who are not fond of any of those. So you go out and you make a 30-minute video where you do your best makeup, you put on all the lip fillers, you contour and do all the things, and you sit there and say, "Hey guys, I know we've been through a lot, and I know I have done a lot, but I have also made some revelations because I found out I am being used. And through this YouTube channel, I really want to come out and give my side of the story. And it's an important side because I have been through a lot. I have seen both sides of this. And I am disparaged to see where this is going right now." And you do a 30-minute video of that, put it on the Twittwat, get idiots like me to promote it so people will go watch it. Within a week, she would be monetized. And when you're monetized, that's when the grifting is starting. Then you have one show called Krusty Panties How We Met, where you talk about for 30, 40 minutes, this is how Krusty and I met, and we did this and this and this. People will come watch it. You'll probably have pretty decent numbers because a lot want the dirty deeds on Krusty, and a lot want to protect Krusty. And you put your subscriptions, your chat in subscriptions only. Then when the hate starts, you say, "Hey, you guys, I know you have a lot of opinions about me, but I have to put the chat, only the chat, not the entire stream, the chat in members only, because this is getting a little too hateful. And could someone please, maybe if you want to be a mod, reach out to me." And then, because people really want to participate, that's one of the things that YouTube tells us: hey, do as much members only so people can feel the FOMO, and they'll pay more because YouTube is a grift. Then you turn your chat into members only, and you put your memberships at a reasonable amount. You don't do the $20 you do on Substack. You do the $5 membership, because people think, "Yeah, I'll sub here for a month because I want to get all of this news." And you say, "After this stream is done, I'll leave it up for an hour, and then it'll go members only because don't hate a girl for the grift." And this woman would make, she could probably make a couple of $1,000s a month if she did it correctly. Her Substack, she's making $100 maximum, and then the rest of us is just sharing it. Not that I would ever share it. I have AI interpretations because I don't particularly like taking stuff like that. So I know she gave Jimmy the right to do it. She wouldn't copyright strike him, but I of course would never do that. Buck, thank you for 1 month. Keep me laughing, Baker and all. Yeah, I'll try. 30 minutes is just one run-on sentence for her subscription. There has to be some cohesive thought mixed in with there somewhere. No, go into any of the YouTube Spaces that's been here for the last couple of weeks, people don't come for the coherent talking. They don't come for all the reasonable arguments. They come because they want the drama. And she can farm this drama for like 3 months. She could make, I would guess, she could make about $5,000 to $10,000 off of this drama. No problem. But she'll have to stay off the sauce, and she has to be a little bit better. But she's not that smart. $5 make you holla. Exactly. Well, I said I would set her. I would make her YouTube channel for her. I would teach her how to use Canva. I would teach her how to use StreamYard. I would do it for free because I'm gonna grift the shit out of her content. I would give it to her for free. Yeah, Grandy, I would. But she said no thank you because I'm mean. I call her a town bicycle. I could call her way worse than that. Because she wanted to go to Substack because that's behind a paywall. And the funny thing about YouTube that a lot of YouTubers doesn't understand, or a lot of new YouTubers doesn't understand, is it's a fucking grind. I'm sitting at 11:45 doing a stream, which is 6 o'clock your time. I went to bed I ended my stream at 9:30 last night. I already did a video that's going to be released in an hour. I'm going to do a video, do a stream again at 3 o'clock. You have to grind it if you want to grift it. And sadly, she has the work ethic of Twisted Tragedies. None at all. $5 is too much for me. Wins. That's why I have the $2 and $4 options. Thank you for being here for 16 months. Well, some of us gets paid a little bit for it, but if you have a high drama channel, again, just go around the internet the last 2 weeks, look at the numbers. When you are shitting on someone, your numbers will go up. They will then crash dive when all you do is shit on someone. But hey, $5 is $5, and you don't have to have a sore jaw after these $5. I haven't been a part of Spaces yet. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Stay away. Normally, I say it's kind of like when Mufasa sits with Simba and says, "What's that shadowy pace?" Simba, that's not our land. Never go there, Simba. Because Spaces is where people come together and scream at each other. That was actually one okay, I heard part of it, where they were talking about the online harassment that is going on, and all of these people who are doxing people. Stay out of folks' personal life, if it. But most of the spaces I've been invited to, and hey, you need to see this, is just people screaming, Aidan is a misogynist and a racist. Sean of the Golf is the smartest person alive. Sean of the Golf screaming, I'm going to unalive you, Aidan. Don't go to that. It's not worth your time. You can watch a good movie instead. $20 for a Substack beats $35 to sit next to her for a song while she drinks a Diet Coke. Also, Towel has heard. I thought she would dance for $35. How high is LG? Thank you, Sebastian, for 20 months. She is, I don't know. I don't partake in nose candy or whatever. I know she liked a little in her arms back in the day. I think he took it through her arms. She's been into rehab a couple of times. I don't know what her intoxication level is right now, but I know she, as we say in Denmark, hun var ikke appelsinfri in those videos. Well, you haven't given me a reason to call you a town bicycle because you haven't slept with a lot of people. Well, I don't know. I don't know you as a person who have slept with a lot of people. I don't believe you have. I think you are a good girl who goes to church every Sunday and always sit with your legs crossed. Grind if you want to grift. Exactly. We all start with 0 subscribers. And it helps a lot of young men. And I get tired of it. The problem is a lot of people will then come to me and say, "Did you watch this show yesterday?" No, I didn't. I was sleeping. Well, did you know? And they'll send me clips. And do you know this person is that person? And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't know who. Well, this stream that happened 2 years ago, I didn't watch it. If it's not someone trying to talk about old school wrestling, if it's not someone playing some computer game that I'm playing, or if it's not someone talking about the drama in the comic book community, I don't watch that much. I watch Aidan's bus stop lives for 10 minutes in the morning if I have a stream going, because that's when I take my shower before I stream. I might, if Will is going when I get up, sit and talk a little bit in Will's chat. But I don't see all of these things. I don't know half of these people. Oh, did you know this, do that? I said, I don't. Who? Well, Krusty. Who's Krusty? Well, she's the one who did this. I don't know. I was on vacation when that happened. I don't who. And I don't care. I care a lot that a lot of the people I have collabed with all of a sudden started clashing heads. And you're thinking, well, I had good times with all of you. I don't know what's going on. And then people came at me and said, well, you're sucking Aidan's dick. And I said, only that one time, and I needed the money. And I don't think you should go and spread those rumors because, again, $5 is $5, and Daddy needed some shoes. And I can't. The hate I get right now from free can read people is the same hate I got from aunties a year ago, and that's just weird. And then I start unfollowing people when they attack each other, and then I get yelled at for unfollowing people, and I can't feel. I'm too old. I'm too tired. I don't sleep enough to hate. KP's motion to dismiss was denied, so Judge Pomerol is going to grill her. Love that man. That was denied, I believe, September 5th or something like that. Right after, because when they were in court the last time, they were arguing about. Her defense attorney claimed that she had to drive that way to get home, and the state said no, she didn't. She actively went down there to the courthouse to. And I'm gonna mess this up. Is it Maureen? I can't remember who threatened Maureen. I think this is Maureen, but that might be the one that Lindsay threatened. And said no, you had no reason to go there. And the judge said, hey, if that's what the tape shows, because apparently there is tapes of it or recordings, videos, if that's what you said, you win. And he came back 2 days later and said, nope, we're gonna go to court. You can get shoes for $5. That's it. I'm moving to Denmark. Well, no, I'm just saying. You know it, Grandy. You and me, we are the biggest players on the internet, and we're the biggest hated against because they ain't got our game. No, I'm Dutch. Apparently, that's another thing. I'm Dutch, and I look like I have Down syndrome. Between you and me, don't tell anyone else this. I think it's really, really dumb to go online and write, hey, you look like you have Down syndrome, because Down syndrome is something you're born with. It's not something you choose. I might look fat, yes. I might be dumb, yes. But making fun of people who has a disability is not that cool in my world. And maybe it's because I'm a 90s kid. But when you go around online and saying, oh, you're gay, I think you're a bigot, because I don't care who you sleep with, as long as it's age appropriate and it's consensual. If you like a man, if you like a woman, if you like both, if you like neither, I am fine with it. I just don't get why all of these people are constantly trying to make it hateful. 2 seconds. Sorry, daughter calling, so I need to get this wrapped up. Her only hope is to hire you as a grift tutor, and I would do it, and I said I'd do it for free. But thank you, Lola. No, but all of this handicapped people and gay people, and get over it. We're not in kindergarten anymore, and it's really dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. What? Who? No, these people are. You're just writing dicks because you're gay. What a gay statement to say. That's different than saying, that's gay. Because that's lame. But if you're saying, oh, you're just writing someone's dick because you're gay, that means the homosexual version of gay, not the old British way of saying fun, lame. Extra chromosomes are cool. I'm not sure they're cool because they come with less life expectancies and certain illnesses, but it's some of the coolest people out there. Yes, ma'am. They got no arguments against what you're saying. That's why they resort to what they think are insults. Yeah, and that's lowbrow humor. I need to go call my daughter back because it sounded like she needed her daddy. 8:50, we'll be back, hopefully with the Krusty Pandies in court show. If not, we'll talk for 10 minutes about the air velocity of an unladen swallow.